Imagine your child is building a tall tower with blocks. It falls. They try again. It falls again. They try the third time and it falls again. And you're happy that at least they are persistent. And you keep on saying, try harder. Up until some point, it's a good advice. But here's a problem with this. What if we are teaching our kids to be persistent, to keep trying, but we never teach them to ask why they're failing in the first place? Hi, I'm Syed Bilal. I believe that our kids should have their own thinking, handle the challenges, and thrive in the future that is uncertain. My mission is to help parents raise such kids. Now, in my last video, I talked about sticking to the problem for longer. But there's a huge difference between stick and improve. What I mean by this is that stick to the problem, but try to improve, try to reflect on why you're failing. And this is a very important skill. Now, the example I give you about tower, it actually applies to everything the kids do. A child can persist for months, but barely even improve if they're not paying attention to this particular skill, to the feedback, to reflection. Now, us parents, we are terrible at giving our kids feedback. For example, a child is struggling and immediately we will say, you have to do this way or you should have done this way. The second category is worst that I see a lot of time. The parents are telling their kids, excellent job, you've done it great, good job. Both of these kind of feedback is useless for our kids because it doesn't teach anything to our child. Now you may think that only feedback is with words, but feedback is everywhere, even without words, without saying something. If your child is balancing a skateboard but they fail, or they're telling a joke but nobody laughs, or they're building a tower and it falls again and again, they're trying to make a new friend but the other person ignores them, they're doing some science experiment but it doesn't go as planned. All of this is feedback. The world is constantly telling them that you tried something, you failed, as something needs to be changed. That change is what I call improve. Now, this very important distinction that a parent should make. They should not confuse feedback with identity. The feedback simply means that I'm not very good at this approach. It doesn't have to do anything with my identity. Because I'm bad at this, it closes the door. But I've done it in the wrong way, opens the door for improvement. Now, a parent may ask, what should I do? After something happens, ask, what is one thing this experience has taught you? And then ask, what is one thing you can improve the next time you do this? Slowly and gradually, your child will move from you asking to them reflecting on their own work. Feedback doesn't always mean criticism. It simply means that we are learning to be a good judge about the work we have done. So, if the child has done really well, then you can say, what is the one thing that worked this time? What was the improvement that you made from the last time? Improve simply means that becoming more intentional with experience. Now, I've seen this a lot nowadays, that parents, they protect their child from feedback or from reflection. They sugarcoat things. They soften the things. It's okay to be supportive. The goal is not to make the child feel bad. The goal is to make them improve from the last attempt that they have done. Stick part makes you in the game, and improve parts make you better at that game. The world is changing fast. Children will enter the stage that nobody is going to tell them what to do or how to improve. They themselves need to learn the skill of reflection, of improvement on their own. And it is our responsibility as a parent to teach them this skill. I don't want to raise a child who simply repeats the effort again and again. I want to raise a child who can learn from experience and improve. I'm sure you want to do the same because one day you will not be around your child. The question is what they will do then. Subscribe, join the movement, and let's raise the next generation differently.